The highest leverage activity you can do for your SaaS company is writing ads, because one ad has the capability of making you $10,000, $50,000, $100,000 in MRR. So if you want to learn the exact framework we use to write winning ads for our SaaS and AI product clients that actually book demos, you're going to want to watch this video. My name is Alessandro Cucciari, and I've worked with 50 plus B2B SaaS, AI, and tech companies and have helped them generate millions in revenue and pipeline using this exact copywriting strategy I'm breaking down today. So make sure you stick around. All right, let's dive into things, guys. So for the sake of this video, what we're going to be talking about is creating copy, and we're going to give you a live example of creating copy for HubSpot. I'm pretty sure most of you watching this video are familiar with HubSpot. They're a CRM. They do some different things in terms of agentic AI solutions, and they have some other capabilities that will go into this video, but we're going to be writing ad copy for them specifically. I'm not sponsored by them by any way or shape or form, so it's not promoting them. It's just to show you guys a live example of what it looks like to write ad copy and the mental model that I go through. Before we go ahead and create copy, I want to show you exactly what I want to lay out so I have everything crystal clear, and then go into actually writing the copy itself so you'll be able to see my exact thought process through everything. So first things first is we want to understand what our client's ideal client profile is, and then we want to understand what the cold traffic offer is. This is going to be important when you're running ads and you're writing ads, especially for meta and disruption-based platforms like TikTok, YouTube. You really want to make sure you have a cold traffic offer. And then we're going to be writing the actual video scripts. So the framework that these follow are pretty similar across the board. You can also create static image-based ads off of these frameworks as well. But for the sake of this example, we're going to be creating video scripts so you can see my exact copywriting framework for that. But typically it's going to consist of an ICP callout plus a hook, an offer statement, your proof, and then your CTA. So we're going to go through all of this today. We're going to write the ads. You're going to be able to see my exact thought process as we go through everything. So first things first is we're going to be writing ads for HubSpot. So we have to fully understand what HubSpot does. Now, I know that they are a CRM, but I want to see exactly what all their capabilities are. And it looks like they can do a lot of different things. So the worst thing that you can do when you're running paid ads is lead with all of their features, especially if a SaaS has a lot of features. You want to pick a couple that you feel like would be good to market. I mean, it's obvious the most easiest to market is probably going to be some form of AI agents and what they do from an agent perspective. And I just want to take a look at that. So as I'm looking at this here, let's look at exactly what they have. So they have this thing called AI prospecting agent, AI content writer, AI website generator. Oh, wow. They do a lot of different things. So I think the easiest one to market though would probably be an AI prospecting agent. So basically what I'm thinking about, okay, see the results with up to 2x higher response rate versus traditional sequence, up to 95% decrease in time spent by reps researching accounts and personalized email, up to 2x more leads engaged per team. Okay, this is great. They're actually giving me a lot to work off of here. So the first thing that I'm thinking about is the cold traffic offer, right? So when you're writing a cold traffic offer, you want to focus on the benefit and the outcome. And in this case, we're going to focus for this CRM. So traditionally how people will market a CRM is like, oh, we'll help you guys get more visibility into your sales data, right? Like nobody cares about that. Like they want to make more money because of your product. And that's what we're going to focus this specifically on, is making more money with this AI prospecting agent. So that's going to be number one, right? Is we're going to really focus on that. This is not the actual offer statement that I'll come up with, but that's really what I want to talk about. And I'm going to tie in the CRM to this, but I want to lead with this, if that makes sense, like the AI prospecting agent. So I'm going to lead in with both of this. So that's what I'm probably going to build this cold traffic offer around. Now, in terms of the ideal client profile, so I'm thinking that the ideal client profile for them is probably going to be, if I had to guess, now we could do some research on this. And so actually, why don't we do some research? So I'll show you guys real time what that looks like. So let's just go to HubSpot. And honestly, just because HubSpot's such a big size company, I'm assuming that the LLMs have pretty good knowledge on what it is that they exactly do. But let's just do this for the sake of the video. We'll go ahead and go to our good old friend ChatGPT, and let's paste in some of what they do here, and then go to the AI agent section. Let's also copy and paste this. And then how I typically will want to figure out exactly what the ICP is. There's more in-depth prompts than this for sure, but I'm just doing this for the sake of the video. It's like, this is HubSpot CRM. They have an AI prospecting agent feature. Who do you think the ICP is for this feature and their overall product? Okay, so that's gonna give me some information. I'm already gonna guess that it's like sales leaders. That's who we're gonna want to be selling to at probably like, heads of sales, VP of sales, CROs, typically SaaS agencies, tech-enabled in market, usually $1 to $50 million in revenue. So what I'm thinking about calling out is going to be sales leaders that have a sales team. That's what I'm thinking about, because that means that they're qualified, means that they have budget, and that means that they'll be good to target with this messaging itself. So I'll probably target like sales leaders at companies, say above, I'm going to say like 5 million ARR. But honestly, you could probably even target low as like 1 million ARR there, and that might be a good company. But that's who our ideal client profile is going to be. That's who we're writing to, right? You could also put like founders and CEOs as well, because they kind of share the same goal in the company of making more money. But this is companies above $5 million in ARR. So now let's just go through kind of what we call circumstances/situations and kind of what they're going through. And then we want to talk about the pain points that we're going to be solving for them in this, right? So pain points, and did I spell that right? I don't know. My spelling is always off. Circumstances. Nope, did not spell it right. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's go back. Circumstances. I know how to copyright, but I don't know how to spell. Isn't that's the irony? Circumstances, situation. Okay, so what we're going to go back is now we're going to figure out, what pain points do we want to lead with, and kind of what do we want to call out within what they're probably going through. So the biggest thing that I want to figure out is what pain points does this product and this AI agent prospecting tool directly solve? So I want to see what ChatGPT comes up with, but I also have some ideas myself. So if it's this AI agent tool here, right, and it's saying that it can, so where was that page where it's talking about what it can do? Okay, right here. So up to 2x higher response rates versus traditional sequence, up to 95 decrease in time spent by reps. So up to 2x more leads engaged per team. So I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that we don't want to talk about the decrease in time spent by reps, right? Because I think ultimately, yes, that it frees up the reps to then focus more on getting more sales through. But I think what we want to focus on is they can get up to a 2x higher response rate versus traditional sequences, and they get up to 2x more leads engaged per team. That is what I'm really thinking about. Reach out at the right time. Stop guessing when the prospecting monitors accounts and alerts reps when signals indicate companies are ready to buy. Build your buying committees when a company signals it's ready to buy. Okay, so that's interesting. Gives reps time to sell, not research. Okay, I think that reach out at the right time. Like that's pretty insightful, right? Okay, you build a list of different leads and you say, hey, we'll basically tell you exactly when to reach out at the right time. What I'm probably going to say here, and I know we're talking about pain points and everything is disconnected. No, you see, this isn't something that I want to go after. We don't know what's actually working. No, our growth depends on people's, not system. No, too many tools. No. You see, sometimes that's why AI just doesn't really get you what you want. What I want to get with this prospecting agent, I want to talk about the fact that they can make more money as a byproduct of using this. So that's really what we want to talk about here. So I'm going to go away. I'm going to build out some circumstances, situation, pain points, and then I'm going to come back with you and I'm going to show you exactly how I came up with those. And then we'll go from there in terms of actually creating the copy. Hey, quick pause. If you're watching this and you want someone to come in and actually write these ads for your SaaS company and build the entire system around them, that's exactly what my team and I do. We write the ads, build the funnel, and run the campaigns, and we guarantee to get your ads profitable within 90 days. So if that sounds interesting at all, there's a link below. You can book a call with me and we can see if it's a good fit. Anyways, let's get back to the video. So I just thought of an idea as I was going back and forth with chat and understanding kind of what the angle I want to take for this script. So I'm only going to write one script now. I would test a whole bunch of different angles, but what I was thinking about is that this pain point this prospecting agent, what they can really solve for folks is figuring out when to reach out at the right time. And I feel like that's a big pain point for, sales leaders in general. Is you'll hear a lot from like sales reps. It's like, oh, like it wasn't the right time. They weren't going to buy at this time. So really what we want to figure out is a way that we can create a message and a hook around the fact that the reps are losing deals because they're not reaching out at the right time to prospects. And now all of a sudden that's the angle, right? That's the angle we want to take. And then we're going to say like, hey, you can use our prospecting AI agent or our prospecting agent along with our full CRM that will give you this capability. Now, probably how I would position it if I were HubSpot is, I don't know exactly how they do it. I'm not sure if you can like buy the AI agent without actually signing up to, I think you probably have to sign up to the CRM to get access to the agent, which is fine. We just have to position that in the actual offer itself. So that's what we're going to do. So we're basically going to lead with the prospecting AI agent. We're going to target the sales leaders, the founder CEOs, and then the angle that we're going to take is the reps are not reaching out at the right time. It's losing them a whole bunch of money, and they are currently relying maybe on some intent data, but there's nothing really to help them determine when someone's ready to buy. So I'm thinking about maybe even getting some type of statistic that says like, hey, did you know when you reach out to people at the right time that you're X amount more likely to close, and then going into expanding upon the actual problem and the actual solution that we can give them. So now that we have this, now we're going to go ahead and create the cold traffic offer as well as these video ad scripts. So let me pause and we'll get back to things. So I've just gone ahead and build out the cold traffic offer here, which is we help your sales team close 2x the amount of deals by giving them an AI prospecting agent that researches your leads, alerts when they're ready to buy, and tells you exactly who to reach out to. I know that this is a bold claim, 2x the amount of deals, but sometimes you got to be bold in marketing. But I do think that they can back it up based upon some of the research they have. They say up to 2x more leads engaged each per team. So if you can engage 2x the amount of leads, then theoretically you should be able to close 2x amount of the deals. And it says you have up to 2x higher response rates versus traditional sequences. So that's again, I'm getting the statistic from their data here. I'm not going to say guaranteed or anything. I'm not going to say in a time frame. Typically how I write cold traffic offers is I want to use some variation of we help X, Y, and Z within time frame using mechanism guaranteed without common objection, right? I use some variation of this offer statement, but I don't always follow it based upon gut feel in terms of, hey, what sounds realistic? Because you want to make an offer statement that sounds realistic. It's not over promising anything and that can actually land with your target audience. But you see how this cold traffic offer here is like, we help your sales team close 2x the amount of deals by giving them an AI prospecting agent that researches your leads, alerts when they're ready to buy, and tells you exactly who to reach out to. Do you see like how that's not anything that sounds like HubSpot in a way? Like HubSpot is just a CRM platform, but I'm making this more intriguing for a cold audience for someone to say, oh, wow, that sounds kind of interesting, right? So that's the spin that we're putting it on. So now I've created this cold traffic offer. Now we're going to go ahead and start writing these scripts, and I'll show you what I start coming up with as we continue to go here. And by the way, I'm going to use this framework here. So I'm going to use the ICP callout, offer statement, proof, CTAs. That's the framework that I'm going to use. So I'm just going to remove this and then we're going to get right into it. Okay, I want to come back in here for a second. I'm not done yet. I'm just like brainstorming ideas. So I just want you to see my thought process in real time. But the hook that I came up with that I think is probably one I'm going to stick with is, what if your sales reps were able to contact leads exactly when they were looking for a product or service similar to yours, right? So what I'm doing with this hook is I'm creating intrigue so that they keep watching. The hook is probably one of the most important parts when you're writing ad copy for a script, is because if the only guaranteed thing that people are actually going to listen to in your video is the hook itself. So I want to create some intrigue. I also want to qualify this hook. So what I'm doing as a byproduct without even actually calling people out is, what if your sales reps? I'm already indicating that they have a sales team, that they have sales reps, right? So this is already going to qualify people that I'm looking for, which are sales leader, founders, CEOs, companies above $5 million ARR, $1 million ARR, right? So that is one thing that I'm doing. And then I'm trying to figure out exactly if I want to say, how many more deals do you think you'd close? And then I want to say this, the biggest thing you probably hear from yourselves is that, oh, we lost this deal because so-and-so wasn't ready to buy. And so also I want to make sure that everything that I write is conversational. And I don't like using AI to write these scripts. And I don't recommend you use AI because AI could then make you sound very robotic. And that's just not the way that you speak. So that's the first thing that I have right here. We'll keep going as we continue to pump these out. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause this and we'll come back. All right, well, we're back here. It looks like we had a quick camera change, but anyways, I think we finished the script. I'm gonna read it out loud to show you exactly what it looks like, and then also explain to you my thought process through every different section. So we've listed out the cold traffic offer, what it does, the pain points that we're solving, and really what we're tackling with this itself. So remember, this is just one of the scripts. You'd want to create at least 15 to 20 to 25 scripts that are each targeting a different pain point, outcome, and benefit, but I'm really keeping it over the intent and exactly what it is that we want to be solving here. So here's how it reads. What if your sales reps were able to contact leads exactly when they were looking for a product or service similar to yours? How many more deals do you think you'd close? Or 1, 2, maybe 4 or 5 more per rep? Because the biggest thing you probably hear from your sales rep is that, oh, we lost this deal because so-and-so wasn't ready to buy it. But what if you could eliminate that entirely? Only reach out to prospects when they have the funds, their timeline's up, and they are ready to buy. Well, that's exactly what our AI prospecting agent can help you with. We help your sales team close 2x the amount of deals by giving them an AI prospecting agent that researches your leads, alerts when they're ready to buy, and tells you exactly who to reach out to. Here's exactly how it works. Okay, so that's the offer statement, right? The cold traffic offer. We introduce the concept here. We hook them in with the hook. We explain to them the benefit, and then we go into explain the mechanism. We connect your existing CRM and tools so we can see your leads, accounts, and past activity in one place. Then we set up our AI prospecting agent. What it does is continuously scans your accounts for buying signals, things like hiring, funding, leadership changes, or when someone is engaging with your content. So instead of your reps guessing when to reach out, the system is actually watching for when companies starting to look for a solution like yours. When that happens, it alerts your reps and tells them this company is likely entering a buying window. Here are the right people to reach out, and here's the context on why now is the right time. It also enriches the content data and helps draft personalized outreach messages so your reps aren't stuck doing research or figuring out what to say. So instead of blasting outreach and hoping that timing works, your reps are focused on accounts that are way more likely to convert. So that's the explains the mechanism, and then we'd go into the proof, right? So this exact prospect agent has helped companies like X, Y, and Z get results, X, Y, and Z get this result, and X, Y, and Z get this result, right? So I don't know exactly what this has done, so I would have HubSpot fill this in with whatever results they can use to back this up, and then I would drop a credibility statement here. And this is all built directly into HubSpot, where we've been helping company grow their sales and marketing for over 21 years and are trusted by more than 288,000 businesses worldwide, right? So I'm really stacking the proof, and then a CTA. So if you want to learn more about how we can help you 2x the amount of output for your sales reps are currently producing, click the little more button below, watch it in the next page, and book a call with our team. So that follows our structure. It probably is going to fall within that minute 45 to 2 minute range, which is the length that we typically want, of these scripts is anywhere from a minute, 90 seconds to 120 seconds. You can totally test ad scripts that are less than 90 seconds and see how those perform as well. But that should give you a mental model to see exactly how I'm thinking about scripts, what that looks like, and really the process in which you should write them, right? So first coming up with the ideal client profile you're gonna be reaching out to, the angle that you wanna take with that, the cold traffic offer that you can then wrap this in, what can make it look sexy. Because what we're selling here is the CRM. But does this sound like yes, we were saying CRM at some point here, but this doesn't even sound like a CRM, right? No, but it's truthful. It's exactly what they'll be able to get. And you're gonna book way more meetings with this. You're gonna get way more people to sign up and come on the call and that are way more interested in your product. So it's about finding those features that really solve a specific pain point and that you can really talk about in your ads that a lot of people like, and then making sure you're really focusing on the outcome throughout it. So that's the full script. Hope you guys got some value from this. Okay, let's bring this all together. The reason most SaaS ads don't book demos is because they're written without a framework. There's no hook that stops the scroll. There's no offer that speaks to cold traffic. There's no proof that builds enough trust, and there's no CTA that creates urgency. When you fix those things, one piece of copy can change the entire trajectory of your company. You just need one ad. And look, understanding the framework is one thing, but actually sitting down, writing the ads, testing them, and iterating until you find a winner is where a lot of teams get stuck. So if you're a SaaS company and you want our team to do this completely done for you, there's a link below to book a call with me and we'll walk through exactly what this looks like for your business. Other than that, make sure to like the video, drop a comment, and share with me your favorite part of the video. Take it easy, guys. Ciao.